Hello everyone, we are here with the legendary Flash Gordon, Sam J. Jones. And the first question, how did you start into acting? Like, how did you get into acting, your first gigs?
Good question. I wanted to be a professional football player. So after the Marine Corps, I went to Seattle, Washington, to try out for the Seattle Seahawks. And they said, thank you very much, but we don't need you, okay? So I started taking acting lessons, and one thing led to another, and I ended up going to Hollywood in 1976. And I got to Hollywood. I got a job the first day at a restaurant. I joined an acting class that night. I had a place to stay at my aunt's, and things just dramatically and rapidly started happening really fast. And I got an agent. And next thing I knew, I'm going out for acting auditions. So in 1976, I guess you could say the military was over, the American football was over, and I had this other opportunity. I believed I belonged there. I don't know how to put it into words except to say, because a lot of younger people, they ask me, Sam, I want to be an actor. What advice do you have to give me? And I tell them, first of all, if you're in college, university, finish your degree. Okay, that's number one. And number two, do not go to Hollywood or don't do movies unless you believe you belong there. You have to, don't say, I'm going to try it maybe. No, if you're saying, I want to try it maybe, don't go. You have to believe this is where my destiny is. You got to have that belief. And I had that belief.
When the casting started for Flash Gordon, you had some competition. Can you go into detail with that?
Well, yeah, I didn't know it at the time, but because first of all, you're talking about Kurt Russell and Arnold, right? Yeah. I didn't know because Dino De Laurentiis was very secretive, very confidential. I mean, literally, Gabriel, we would be doing an audition here, right? And then I would leave, not through that door, I would leave through that door, and my car was parked at a different lot. And he'd have another actor, come through another door, come here, and leave through that door. So he was keeping everything secret. I had no idea that Kurt Russell, until 2 years later, I had no idea. And that's just how Dino worked. Anyway, yeah, it was wonderful. And it was they don't do this anymore in the audition process. They spent maybe 8 to 9 months interviewing me and auditioning me. And remember, we didn't have video back in 1979. Right. So they wanted to put me on film, screen test. Old-fashioned Hollywood screen test. What does that mean? It means you need a film crew. So just to do testing like this, we had to have, you name it, camera department, lighting department, makeup department, wardrobe, hair department, all to do 30 days of testing on film. So it's changed a lot. Nowadays, we just pick up our iPhone. The agent will send me a script. I'll read it. I'll study it. And then I'll do a self-tape. Boom. Do my self-tape. Push send. That's my audition. Crazy.
You had a lot of challenges during your career. Can you give us any tips on how you got through that, or if people struggle in the industry, how they could get through some stuff?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for that. Yeah, we have to keep things simple. Use common sense. Keep things practical thinking, very simple, and you must look at the movie industry. Look at it as a business. This is not about, it's my life, it's everything, it's my God. No, it's not. It's a business. And in the early years, I didn't treat it like a business. I always thought of it more like, oh, wow, Hollywood. You can't do that. I usually separate most of it, my family and the business. It is a business. And usually for me, the issues that happen with me was at times because the movie industry is not consistent. So for my issues were I wasn't getting hired. Okay, so you have to, and you have a lot of children at home and the wife, all of that. So if I had to do things over again, I would do what I do now. It's a business. You got to have fun. Even if the phone is not ringing, even if they don't hire you, you better have other money coming in, other income. But you got to laugh. You got to make other people laugh. You got to enjoy life. You know, there's this incredible documentary out. You should see it. Everybody should see it, called Live to be 100 Years Old, The Blue Zone. And it's so cool what this doctor said. He said, most of us in the world, we're fighting so hard to live long, to live forever, that we stop enjoying life. I thought that was brilliant. We need to enjoy life every day. And that's what I do now. I got a great wife. The kids, the grandkids are wonderful. And and yeah, it's nice to get a phone call to say, hey, we want you for this movie. That's wonderful. But if it doesn't happen, smile. There's something else coming. But don't take it so serious. Mm-hmm. So that's what we need to do, Gabriel. Just lighten up, laugh, and make other people laugh. Yeah.
In 1986, I think there was back then there was a video game about Flash Gordon. Did you play it yourself? Were you involved in the making? Are you
of the video game? No, I don't think I did. The video game. No, the actual. You mean not the animation show, but
no,
the video.
It was really a video game about.
Yeah, video game. Yeah, I know they've done a couple, but no, they didn't. They didn't ask me on that one. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you play video games yourself, or
a little bit? I just like more to get. I know our kids do and the grandkids. I like to get outdoors and get out in the fresh air. But yeah, I'm not much on a. When I like to isolate myself, I take my laptop and it's either Netflix or it's Amazon Prime. Okay, that's what I do to watch a movie. All right.
How was it working with Seth MacFarlane?
He was as the bear. He was the voice of the bear. It was wonderful to receive the phone call, because again he saw my movie when he was 8 years old, and now he called me when he was 40 something. He told me it changed his whole life, and that when he grew up he wanted to be like me. And here he is hiring me for the Ted franchise, for Ted 1, Ted 2, and also I signed the contract for Ted 3. So hopefully he calls. We'll do Ted 3 together, right, Gabriel?
Oh, nice. So in terms of that, what are your future plans for your?
Oh, my wife and I, we like to travel a lot. I have other movies coming up. I do a lot of film festivals and Comic Cons. Yeah, and that's what we do. Travel the world, watch a lot of movies on your laptop, and just have fun with the kids. Keep it simple. That's what we do. Just keep life fun and simple.
Have you ever thought about expanding on, like, doing voiceovers for something? Or
well, yeah. When that happens, years ago, I think I did some voiceovers. Yeah, I have a voiceover agent. Yeah, but yeah, I like doing voices. We'll do some voices. And you're right. They've done a lot of projects with Flash Gordon, either my likeness or the previous Flash Gordon. And new comic books are out. I have my own comic book too. Mm-hmm. Sam J. Jones comic book. Seriously, just came out. Sam J. Jones Saves the Galaxy. That's my comic book. It's a 54-page graphic novel. Yeah, but yeah, we just have to have fun. Otherwise, it gets so serious, Gabriel. It gets so heavy, you know. And I think people in general, they want to be entertained. They want to be lifted up. They want to be built up. They want to be encouraged. I think that's what our job is, and not to be so serious.
The big trend in the industry at the moment is remakes, reboots, etc.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts, it's okay with me. But if you ask, like, my film partner, Brian Blessed, who played Prince Voltan, he's now 86 years old. He'll tell you, leave it alone. don't do Flash Gordon again. He's the king of the Hawkmen, right? And his opinion is don't touch it. I know some people's opinion, Flash Gordon, original movie, just leave it original. But me, I do agree with one thing. I think who's ever going to do the next Flash Gordon, you should stick to the inherent characteristics. Be loyal to the character. Be loyal to the character. He's just a guy. He's just a man, and he's the guy you call on when innocence is being abused. You call upon Flash Gordon, and he'll neutralize the threat. It's just that simple. Yeah.
Maybe a personal question. You seem very lively, very funny.
Good. I am.
Right.
I'm faking it, Gabriel. I'm an actor. I'm just faking it. No, I'm not. No, we have to be.
Yeah. Were you always like that, or?
Well, I don't know about all the time, but just like we have to. I think people are tired of the serious stuff. They're facing the serious stuff at home. They want to get out of that. But no, we have to. It's simple. Walk into a room and make people laugh, especially if they don't want to laugh. I did this the other day. We were at the market at the St. Stephen's Cathedral. Oh my God. And there was this very serious Austrian man, right, behind the thing making sausages. And I walked up and he looked at me like this. And I said, honey, watch this. My wife, I said, I'm going to make that man laugh. I'm going to make him smile anyway. So I turned to him. I said, excuse me, you are a military man. He went, yes. Okay. You got to find something to make him laugh. He was happy. He was proud to be an Austrian military man. And that's what we talked about. And he kept smiling when we left. See? That's what we do.
Yeah. As final question, when you could pick one highlight from on the set of Flash Gordon or your career, is there one tiny bit you would like to tell us?
There's so many highlights. It all leads to this. It leads to where we are. We're in Vienna. We're traveling the world. I get to take my wife with me. We're meeting the fans. We're making incredible provision. And again, I tell the fans, they've always heard most of my stories. Now we get to hear their story. I want to hear your story. Why Flash Gordon? Why Sam J. Jones? What happened? How old were you when you first saw the movie? How old was your grandfather? How old was your mother when they saw it? Oh, I love it. I love the stories. Everybody has a story, and people need to share their stories. And I think that's how we don't need to judge. We don't really need to give our opinion. We just need to listen to certain people about that because they want to tell their story. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Thanks.
So you have a story you want to tell me?
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again. It was great.
Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate it.